Hello, 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 hello. Welcome to the Daily Political Tarot and Astrology here on the Black and Orange channel. Thank you for being here. I'm here literally every single day of the year to take your political questions out of the chat. Just leave your questions in the chat before I come on. We have epic troll slayers who have kept us safe for years. Thank you. And we have got a fantastic community because you have been so kind to each other and so kind to me. Thank you. And if you're watching on replay, hello. Don't forget, you can go down in the description box. All the questions are listed there. I timestamp them as I go, so you can pick and choose what you're interested in, or you can watch back on a higher speed, or whatever works for you. So, and apparently you have to watch for 3 minutes for it to count for a view. But you do you. I'm just letting you know. Okay, so we are here. We get together every day. People put political questions in the chat, go through, make a list, work through that. I'm literally here every single day of the year, and I have been for over 5 years. There's fresh art every day. There's usually a different nail thing, different nails. There's new questions, new stuff, popping fresh around here. By golly, Ollie gifted 5 memberships to random people in the chat. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. It makes a big difference. Bird says good colors today. Thank you, Liz. Oh, good. All right. So, on today's episode, this is not the POTUS you are looking for. Seriously, at all. Ew. We are now rebuilding Alcatraz? Really? Trump is attempting to tariff movies and intellectual property with any production done outside of the U.S. at 100%. And I wonder if that focus on movies is why he suddenly wants to rebuild Alcatraz. Because he's seen the movies, you know. Oh, the stupid it burns. Okay, so, here says A. Sebastian production. Exactly. All right, so, okay, I can't even. I know it's a cliche for a white woman to be like, I can't even, but I don't care, because that's how I feel. I cannot. Do I have it? Oh, yeah, there it is. How pathetic. Talk about unearned glory, success. The delusion is strong with this one. And let me share this with you. I'll get rid of that. No. Get rid of that. There we go. And share. Okay, yesterday, the 3 minutes, 30 seconds in, yesterday, the White House celebrated Star Wars Day. You want to guess how? I think you can guess how. Declaring MAGA as the Rebel Alliance? No. And Dems is the evil empire. We're not the one throwing the Roman salute, the rune-shaped stage, no. Our color isn't red like it was during the 40s, we'll just say that. And the whole point was they were the evil empire. Then they posted another one of those glorious AI images as Trump is some Rambo Jedi hybrid complete with bald eagles in the background. Okay. Having gone to art school, that first of all, that is so pathetic. Secondly, the proportions are so far off it makes him look incredibly short. It makes him look like, I mean, he's practically Gimli from Lord of the Rings. He's so... he's just... And George Lucas himself was very quick to point out Trump gave himself a red lightsaber, making himself a Sith. That's the evil color for the... Yeah. Linda C says 510 by his actual booking deets. Mm-hmm. But, oh, no. There's nothing against Gimli. We love Gimli. Wait, where was it? Dorinda said, I object. Gimli was a good guy. Oh, absolutely, 100%. But it's so pathetic. And how pathetic do you have to be that you can't have pictures of yourself? Veronica, it burns my eyes. No, seriously, why can't you have pictures of yourself? Are you such... Do you think so little of yourself? It is this self-aggrandizement. I've probably mispronounced that, but that really speaks to how not only shallow, but how insecure this jerk is. Kat says, this is so weird, so embarrassing. I can just hear the word laughing. Yeah. All right, we'll just... There we go. Much better. Much better. Seriously, how insecure and sad and small do you have to be to constantly have to put out fake pictures of yourself as people of power and influence? Seriously, think through the presidents over the last century. How many of them would have done that? How many of them would have felt like they needed to do that? I mean, I love Halloween. You know that. And I will play a character sometimes, but it usually has I'm doing like a skit. But it's me. I'm not putting out pictures there. Look, because of Instagram, I do put out, not only I've got to create a cover for every live stream, but I create a square version for Instagram and Facebook. So sorry. sorry. But it's me. I literally, if I Photoshop anything in or out of the images, I Photoshop out, you can't even see it. There's an air vent right there. That's it. I don't Photoshop myself. It's like, I'm me. I'm just who I am. And it really focuses like, hi, I'm here, but really it's the art and it's... Can you imagine if I was Photoshopping my head on model bodies with, an hourglass figure and all of these expensive gowns? I wouldn't, because that's pathetic. What's wrong with me? I'm okay. I'm not saying I'm the greatest beauty who ever lived. I'm just saying I am me. I am the sum total of my experiences and my actions, things I've done right, things I've done wrong. I am myself, and that's enough. But it's not enough for him. It's not enough for him, because he is Narcissists feel so incredibly small inside. That's what the whole facade is about. And they will work and fight to keep that facade up, because the rare experiences where narcissists have actually gone to therapy and actually been willing to work on their stuff, it isn't long before they have just complete breakdowns. Because once the facade drops, their own lack of self-worth, right there. Music Mansion, please take that comment out. I appreciate what you're saying, but please, not in the daytime show. Please. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you. That's very sweet. But you gotta find the beauty in yourself. You gotta find and you don't have to look like a model. If you have good energy, if you're a good person, trust me, you're beautiful. People want to be around you. So, thank you. All right. Well, the question here is, are they really that stupid? Why does he keep doing this? See if there's anything like I'm missing, which is very possible. Why? If he's doing it as a grift, that's normal, but I know he has a little itty bitty tiny blown glass ego. It's so fragile. He is terrified of rejection. Terrified, absolutely terrified of rejection. He is burdened. It's a card for the reading. Page of Swords. This is the card I've always gotten, the Page of Swords for him. Before, if it wasn't MAGA, this was him, because in the original Rider-Waite, it's a man who, a young man, who the landscape is actually very small. He's like 100 feet tall, and he's holding up this sword, and he has this blonde ponytail that's like blowing in the wind, and he's got this glorious hair, and he's 100 feet tall, and it's childish. High Priestess. You really, not only are all of his entire emotional life transactional, but he really hates the way that women can see through, most women can see through his lies, his facade. Eight of Swords, hemmed in, Two of Wands. So he talks a big game. Card down, card down. Diving. Okay, back up. There we go. Friend says his mother had an emergency hysterectomy when Donnie was 2. She was away for a while. I think it affected him. That probably affected him, but also the cruelty that his parents were, especially his father, encouraged. It doesn't make you popular. So he got a very twisted view. And then it got even more twisted with Raycon and all this other stuff. So he talks this big game, but he's still getting, this is womanhood. He's still getting a lot of rejection. And you know it drives him crazy when women belittle him. That is a deep wound. I would feel so sorry for him if he had not turned himself into one of the single most vile human beings that humanity has created. I mean, I do not believe he's the Antichrist. He's not that important, but he is truly the embodiment of all 7 deadly sins. So, and he doesn't have to be this way, but he's not going to change. So, oh boy. Okay. Pathetic. All right. So, at 15:30. Oh boy. So someone trying to break down the finances of this, but since Dumpy can't ship detainees internationally anymore, I think he's still going to probably try. There. The dumpster fire, President Dumpster Fire decreed yesterday that we will rebuild and reopen Alcatraz. Why? Why? Because you saw a movie? You saw a couple of movies. Let me guess. That's it. You saw a couple of movies. Did they screen them for you? Did Stephen Miller screen Alcatraz movies for you in the White House? So you've got that in your head now? Already a spokesperson for the Bureau of Prisons told the Associated Press in a statement that the agency, quote, will comply with all presidential orders, unquote. Will this actually happen? Okay, here's the thing. One of the reasons that Alcatraz was shut down, it wasn't because, so many people were escaping. No. It was shut down because it was so stupidly expensive. And you're going to have to start from basically scratch. The plumbing isn't up to code. You have to import absolutely everything to that island. You get all the corrosion from the salt air, salt water, all of the security you need to put in, oh my gosh, everything. The buildings aren't super stable. The people giving tours, they didn't really redo or refinish or do the full upkeep on the areas where you can take tours of. So even that's not super great. It is we're literally talking hundreds of millions of dollars. And doesn't he want thousands and thousands and millions of people deported or held or something? Alcatraz isn't that big. This is stupid. Yes, Rob, as long as there's a padded cell built for himself. Sandra Lee is saying recent videos show it's crumbling. Yeah. Steve Meyer says Alcatraz is littered with some really funky energy. Oh, I believe that. Plus, because it's surrounded by water like that, you get... If those of you who are into any kind of paranormal shows, books, things you've gathered over the years. One of the things that keeps coming up in fiction, because I believe it, is for some reason spirits aren't super great at going over water. Personally, I think that's a lot of why the UK is so haunted, honestly. And boy, is it ever. Water's not, they're not good with water. So the energy from the years that it was open and just the awfulness of everything that was there and the people who were there and the people who died there and all of this, it's just kind of there. It doesn't, the energy isn't, it can't really, it's harder for it to go somewhere or dissipate because it's surrounded by water. So Raymond says tourism on Alcatraz is $60 million annually. Maybe, I don't know, keep it open for that many years to help pay for this, but he won't, because so against the national debt until it suits his purposes. It's something he wants. Veronica says it will take years to become a state park. That's the other point. It would take years. Oh dear. Okay. Sorry, somebody just popped up on my phone. Something different reader was their headline on their video. Whew. Nita says especially saltwater. Yes. Page of Wands. This is weak. This is a weak idea. It's impractical. No. Government. It's not big enough for the amount of cruelty they want to enact. Judgment. Feels like Judgment on the cost. King of Wands. There he is. Because he has such great ideas. And that gets shot down. No. Or if they start it, where are they going to get the money? And this is not a thing. But I guess it works as a distraction from the damage being done to the economy. So, thank you, Raymond. Okay. Visualize 70 says the Alcatraz thing is just another distraction. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Sometimes he'll start this, but yeah. And it would take years upon years upon years. Anywho, 20, plus the fact, was Alcatraz a federal prison? I want to say it was a federal prison. Is it still a federal island? Because it's in California, right? California wouldn't have any input on this? So, anyway, okay. All right, so another probable distraction. Because he's throwing everything he can at the wall to see if anything sticks. Retelling Savoy, thank you, brought the question about, okay, in That's Not How Things Work news, there's now an executive order declaring 100% tariffs on movies produced in any part overseas. You mean like CGI? The CGI companies are all over the world. There aren't enough here to okay. It's not at all clear how such a tariff would be imposed. Films are intellectual property, not goods, so they represent a kind of service that is not currently subject to tariffs. Trump wrote in his stupid post, quote, "The movie industry, capital movie, capital industry." If you noticed, he's the one person, he keeps writing English like he wants it to be German. I'm not saying anything bad against Germans. I'm just saying, isn't it odd how he capitalizes words in ways that we don't in English, but they do in Germany? Just a thought. The movie industry in America is dying, all caps, a very fast death. You mean people aren't going to the movies because the economy is not great? And whose fault is that? Other countries, all cap, other countries should be capital, are offering all sorts of incentives to draw our filmmakers and studios away from the United States. Therefore, I am authorizing the Department of Commerce and the United States Trade Representative to immediately begin the process of instituting a 100% capital T tariff on any and all capital M movies coming into our capital C country that are produced in capital F foreign, capital L lands, all caps. We want movies made in America again. If this was my boss, I'd quit. It's just, and it doesn't, and I'm not even talking about all the other stuff. Just the histrionics, the drama king, the I'm so important, everything has to be in all caps at all times. I'm just me. Yes, Kat. And the toddler king has spoken. Nan says the stupidity hurts my head. Yes. Joyce Matthews, Mama, make American movies again. Mama. Well, he has mama issues, so. Oh, the star. Yeah. Jessica says, Autumn said last night, Bolton and DJT. Okay, Bolton said DJT, he's not a 4-year-old, he's a 1-year-old. Me. Yeah. And by the way, I was on Jen Lynn's ACLU fundraiser last night, which was a lot of fun. The link is still up. And the link to donate is still there, but it's also just fun to watch. So on Petty Boots last night on Jen Lynn Tarot, I went on. It was a lot of fun. So, okay. The star. These are the regular movie stars. And the government trying to get involved, him trying to make the government involved. Page of Pentacles. How exactly would this work? 4 of Cups. This is refusing to listen. And the Hanged Man. This feels like you can't get there from here. There's something. Then again, I will bet you anything, he thinks that you have to physically move. Remember the old reels that back in the day were one of the most flammable substances on earth, but those actual physical movie reels, does he think that you have to physically move reels into a country? You know what year it is, don't you? No, he doesn't care. Okay. Thank you, Beth. Thumbs up do help. Thank you. This guitar says, I saw you. I just love the Petty Boots crew. Oh, yeah. It doesn't feel like there's a way to actually do this. I just got chaos. Oh, traffic alert, overturned beer truck. Wait. Chicago local news. Traffic alert, overturned beer truck closes lanes of Interstate 55 and spills product all over the roadway, officials say. The jokes kind of write themselves. Okay. 6 of Pentacles. This wouldn't make that much money. Ace of Swords. Oh, this would be in court in 3, 2, 1. 5 of Swords, adding insult to injury, and then just chaos. I don't think you can get there. I don't think you can. Brianna, that's alcohol abuse. Yeah, exactly. All right. It doesn't feel like there's any way to actually do this. All right, 30 minutes in, Cindy had a question and said, I know that ever is a long time. But will those 250 men smuggled out of the country to El Salvador ever get back to the U.S.? Sad. Deal. 100 beers on the road, 100 bottles of beer. That was good. Deal, that was good. Okay. Charles says, here, hold my beer. Okay. Whew, okay. These poor people. Thank you. I needed that boost of energy. Well, there are people fighting, still fighting, we'll keep fighting. This is weak. This is incredibly weak. A weak argument to send them there. World, out into the world. King of Cups, these are the people who are still going to fight to get them back. Justice is right in the middle. It's just going to take a while because I've got a Queen of Wands, so the group of MAGA, Queen of Pentacles, group of Republicans trying to get in the way. So it's not going to be immediate, but I do have justice in the middle. People still fighting. I wish I could say, yes, it's happening this week, but I'm not getting that. There's people still just going to keep fighting to get them free. There are people who are never going to give up. So, okay. Let me see. Hang on. I need to type this in. Right here. 1 second. I'm sorry if this is loud. Okay. And there. All right. So, sorry about that. All right. So, 33 minutes in. Melissa had a question. 33 minutes in. All right. So, DOGE, dogs. Dogs are great. DOGE has created a master database that is now at Homeland Security for all immigrants and American citizens to watch for protesters, etc. Will courts allow them to go after Americans? Go whom? Dodgy. That's a good one. I like that, Elizabeth. Dodge. Sherlock Holmes. 1 second. Let me grab this URL because DOGE is built. This is from CNN. DOGE is building a master database for immigration enforcement, sources say. Yes, we knew about that. Will they get away with this? All right, so 4 of Cups, they just blew past, just refusal. Just blew past any norms, decency, anything. 8 of Pentacles, just working. Ace of Cups. Okay, there's already a lot of our information that's in the world. Names, addresses. I have never once shared my personal address here, and yet I have received things directly in the mail. Because you can't keep it a secret in this day and age. People go online and they're like, oh, where do you live? And they, maybe they have the old address or your current one, but the longer you stay in one place, the more likely they are to have your current address. There's a lot of our information is already out there, but there is a lot that is just none of their business. Information that Congress has not agreed or allowed different parts of the government to share information like that. 10 of Pentacles. So yeah, they've got this great big database, and there's the Emperor, and he will do his best to abuse it. We know that. But the card for the reading is a Four of Swords. This is like the silence of the tomb. This is legal matters not going anywhere. Ace of Cups in the center. So that's pushing back against this. But are they going to misuse what they already have? Do you need me to answer that? I mean, we kind of know they will. So I wish I had better news. Okay. So, Cosmic Goat Lady had a question here, and I'm not quite sure how to answer it, to be honest. Are any important people besides us starting to pay attention to Trump's unstable acts? So the people who are in the cult, they don't care. They don't see it, they don't care. They see what they want to say. Are people around him noticing his decline? Well, they wouldn't do anything about it. They wouldn't dare try to get rid of him. He would just go kaboom. Ace of Wands. Used chaotic actions. Oh, yeah, it's getting old. And he is pushing it with the Republicans. Eight of Cups. Nine of Cups. Two of Cups. So a lot of medical stuff. Empress and Eight of Wands. He's, according to the people around him, he's good enough. Is he forgetful, easily distracted, walking away, leaving things undone? Yes. But he has this massive medical team who are going to keep his secrets and do, he, how often he's had a bruise on the back of his hand? It's because they keep giving him intravenous saline, vitamins. Who knows? Human growth hormone. Who knows what they're giving him to give him energy and make him stronger. And he's in charge of the U.S. And as long as he can continue to be as awful as he's always been and throw all of this stuff out there, they don't care. So, Visualize 70 said Donald's good enough for what? Well, according to them. So, okay. At 3950, Nettie had a question. 3950. So what does fatuous 47 have on the other Republicans in the Republican Party that they're so scared of him? Why are they being cowards to stand up to his madness? MSNBC is reporting Republicans sold their souls to the highest bidder. Paycheck is killing them. Because they've tried walking away, and their base, Trump's base, gets really, really mad, and they want to keep their cushy jobs. People who go into Congress, they end up making stupid amounts of money. They want to keep their jobs. Judgment would come very swiftly, be very loud. Plus, Trump gets them with the hatred of Democrats. If we don't do this, the Democrats will take over, blah, blah, blah. And then you really lose power. 9 of Cups, yeah, Democrats. So they're, of course, the enemy at the gates. 5 of Cups, disappointment. The burden of MAGA. Queen of Cups, fear. Yeah, they're afraid of the Democrats, and so they bear the burden. He's not blackmailing the Republicans. He's really not. He doesn't have to. And it's just, I'm never upset at your questions. Please don't think I'm upset about the question. I'm just upset about the situation. So, yeah. Mayor is asking, what if both parties are replaced? No. Sassy Cat says threaten family. These MAGA supporters would have, but he doesn't tell them to go do it. He just says, embrace your inner cruelty. Yeah. Linda Sue says, a narcissist feeds on people fighting around him. Yes. Yep. The question about what if both parties are replaced, I talked about this the other day, where the system is, the only thing unusual about our system from other Western democracies is that normally in a lot of other Western countries, people vote for a lot of different parties, and then they try to form coalitions. The only difference here is that the coalitions are already set. There are not just 2 parties in this country. There really aren't. There are 2 umbrellas. And under those umbrellas are all the left-leaning parties, all the right-leaning parties. We have these umbrellas, but there's no, there aren't actually just 2 parties. That's the only thing. And that's why every time someone steps up and says, I'm going to be a third party, we already have all kinds of parties. You just don't vote for them directly. And a third party never does anything but weaken whatever side they're on the political spectrum. Any of these, because really it's a party trying to step out from underneath the umbrella to be its own thing. And it would take a massive overhaul of our entire political system, our way of thinking, which is based on a long history, and us to have not just, because you wouldn't just have one other party. The only way it would work is if the umbrellas were gone. And that's a whole different thing that a lot of people don't even talk about. So something to keep in mind. Elizabeth Farmer says the coalition system doesn't really work here. Or I perhaps it constantly works. Do you know what I mean? As in, we already the coalitions are already built in. So just throwing that out there. Just throwing that out there. All right. Anyway, okay. At 4510, Cosmic Goat Lady had a question. Is the world, led by China, doing a trade cutoff to force the American public to turn on Trump? Siege tactics. They don't have to. They really don't. They don't have to turn on. They don't have to try to get us to turn on him. All they have to do is focus on trying to help themselves. He's being awful. Our country voted for him. Luckily, there are people in the world who understand that the majority of us, or at least half of us, absolutely despise him. Probably more than they do. So I'm pleased that Americans around the world are not getting the level of backlash I was afraid of. Excuse me. But China's not like, oh, well, the people of, it's you've put on these stupid tariffs and we're going to respond. And yeah, you want to sink your country. But I don't know that they're focused on trying to make us do something, if that makes sense. By the way, please never forget that, I'm so sorry. I don't know what's wrong. Please keep in mind that when President Dumpster Fire first put on the tariffs and China responded, they didn't respond with 100% tariffs. No. They responded with, go back and look, they responded with 34% tariffs. Like 34% tariffs? That's kind of oddly specific. China literally made it 1 percentage point of tariffs for every one of Trump's felony convictions. I am not kidding. Oh, the trolling. 1 per felony. Yes, Mark. Oops, sorry. Never forget. Well, there's America. No. A day late and a dollar short. Ouch. Because we're led by a fool. A cruel, selfish, dumb as bricks fool. And that's just the situation, so. Oh, boy. Okay. So, at 48:30. 48:40. Okay. So, will President Dumpster Fire, if he is in office, keep the mineral agreement deal with Ukraine? So, look, we want him to. This is the temperance card. We want him to be decent to Ukraine. Ukraine is suffering. You don't need me to tell you that. Ace of Cups. We should be helping, but here's a thief card. The only reason Trump would do anything nice with Ukraine is if there's something directly in it for him. But there's there's, a place in Tartarus. Hanged Man Tower. You can't trust him. You can't trust him. You can't trust Putin. You can't trust Trump. This doesn't mean they're going to lose. I honestly, I've never seen Ukraine ever giving up. Ever. Oh, Veronica, thank you. Ace of Swords. Ukraine didn't start it. But there's a big old war going on. Chariot. Big movement. Big. There's strength. And there is the three women with the goblets, chalices, celebrating. Is it Slava Ukraine? Is that right? Is that how you say it? But they know that if they let Russia win, they can kiss their Ukrainian history goodbye. They can, it's the damage will be beyond anything. So the Ukrainians, they've already proven they will fight. If it levels their country, they'll do it. Bless them. So at 52 minutes in, let's go down to Marjorie Taylor Greene. 5205. I think we talked about this last night on Petty Boots, but the question here is Marjorie Taylor Greene breaking up with Trump? She says she will no longer vote for policies just because the orange one asked her to, and she opposes funding Ukraine, the CDC, reconciliation, trans health care, abortion access, and any agency involved in organ harvesting. Because she's just the humanitarian, isn't she? Last night what I was getting was she just wants attention, and she's mad because he didn't pull her out of Congress and give her some plush job. The $19 million New York apartment, condo, whatever, if that you get when you're the UN ambassador. I mean, she's still just stuck in Congress, so she's mad. And this doesn't look like he's going to, that's going to change anytime soon. Remember when she wore the red dress when he arrived on the aircraft and she stood there and he just blew her off, walked right past. Four of Cups. We know how cruel and awful she is. Queen of Pentacles. She's not going to, if she's not willing to go along with Trump on certain things, it doesn't mean she's going to become liberal. So she's just going to, she's not going to change. Seven of Pentacles, Fruits of Labor. There's the World, and there is the Thief card. She is a sadist. She's a bully. That's it. That's whether she's saying she's not going to work with him or not, she's still going to be awful. Absolutely awful. Surprise. Oh, but yeah, she got her little heart that's five sizes too small. Just got her heart broken because he overlooked her for the super perks. Mm-hmm. Oh, so at 55, this is just, why we need to look at this, keep an eye on it. But Trump says he won't rule out a U.S. military invasion of Greenland. Will he actually try to use force? He just keeps circling back to this. Let's just check in. Pathetic. The cards are pathetic, like him. Knight of Swords. He's caused a lot of sleepless nights, and can you imagine being in the government of Denmark and the amount of, it's like, oh, what the heck do we do? All right, we've got to come up with a plan. Nine of Wands. This is just one more failure by Donald. They don't want you. Very few people actually want you. And the number's dropping by the day. Page of Pentacles. You can't buy them off for $5,000 or $10,000, please. Take several seats. Four of Cups. This is a refusal to listen to decency. Sun, his base love it. I'm hoping, I think it does, but I'm really hoping this means that the native population in Greenland understand that you let him in, and you're not going to fare well with this level of racism. Page of Wands. It's weak. This whole thing's weak and pathetic because he's weak and pathetic. So, all right. That's basically everything. All right. We got through it. We get it together. We come together. We go through the news together, news with friends, and then we can go, we can go back to, raise our energy back up. Art, colors, friendship, niceness, remembering that we are on the right side of history, and we believe in decency, which is good. So, yeah. It is 1:09 p.m. here in Chicago. At 3 o'clock, I'll be over on the Creative Sprints channel. You're always welcome. We're just there to be productive. We don't talk about politics. We're just getting things done that need to be done. So you're always welcome. And other than that, I will be right back here tomorrow. I am here literally every weekday, weekend, holiday, your birthday, my birthday. I am here every single day of the year, and I have been for years. So just leave your questions in the chat, and we will go through those too. So thank you. I really, really appreciate you being here and all your support. Thank you. All right. Please remember, you're not alone. We are in this together, and there are good days ahead. All right. So hang in there. Keep breathing. Just be calm. Be practical. You can always go by the Stay Calm live stream before this one. We're going through the Hands of Light book, and we're channeling positive energy. Consider going to the Stay Calm channel before this. All right. Take care, and I'll see you later.